Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming. It is cold, but it is a beautiful night. Scratch and Pete, thank you so much for being here. Georgia Bulldogs, hi, thank you for coming. Kevin, my love, is in the chat and also behind me somewhere. And Jeremy. Georgia Bulldogs, Vern, Strong Closet, thank you so much for coming. So I'm going to turn around and you're going to see the falls are blue right now with a bit of purple. Right now the falls are changing colors, and at 10 o'clock they're going to be purple for 15 minutes. It is Purple Day, International Epilepsy Awareness Day, and Purple Day is a legally recognized awareness day in Canada. It was started in 2008 by a then 8-year-old girl named Cassidy Megan, and it has turned into an international awareness day because of everything that this little girl did, who is not a little girl anymore. She is such a blossoming young lady who is famous and wonderful and such an inspiration to everyone everywhere across the world. She started this single-handedly, and I am so proud of her. Cassidy Megan, if you are watching, thank you so much for all that you do. And now behind me, you can see that it's changing. Look at how beautiful that is. I don't know how many people have seen the Niagara skyline at night. I'm going to give you a bit of a gander there. In the background, you can see some hotels where the lights are in the shapes of hearts and a peace sign as show of support during these really hard times. And as you can see, there's barely anybody out right now. There's actually some construction going on behind me. There's a sky lawn in the background. Of course, that's Kevin.
Pardon me while I'm glued to my phone. Hello, everyone.
And in the background, you can see the American Falls are being lit up at the exact same time and the exact same colors as the Horseshoe Falls, which is on the Canadian side. Going to check the chat.
You want me to hold it on?
Sure, if you want.
Switch cameras?
Sure.
Oh, here.
Oh. I don't know how to do it. It doesn't allow you to switch cameras.
Oh, there must be a way. Pardon me if I, oh, that didn't work. That's all right. Try to switch the camera for her. I haven't used StreamYard yet. All right, that doesn't want to work for me, so. It's all right.
Hi everyone, I'm just going to check the chat and try to catch up here. Thank you everyone for coming for this very momentous occasion. Actually, I'm going to take my glasses off for this because I can read better without my glasses. Oh. Mark McEwen, thank you so much for being here and coming early. I saw you. Georgia Bulldogs, of course, Scratch and Pete, Vern Strong Closet, Jaden's here, Tia Zong. Thank you, Bugsy Cruiser, for your wonderful super chat. Thank you very much. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Hi. Kira, my daughter, thank you for being here. Angel downstairs, Rachel. Hi. Amy, hi. How are you? I love the picture of Josie today. Lava House Gaming. Hi. Holly's Hobby House. Thank you for coming. going through the chat. Buddha of Destiny, namaste. Thank you so much for coming. Jesse Miller Unboxing, thank you so much.
Even my son Jeremy is in the chat. That's Twin Armaduca.
Woo! 2 pineapples, aloha, hi. It's much colder here. I'm like shaking. My knees are like really bad right now. Just going to chat. House of X Entertainment, thank you so much. And now we have some purple in the background. It's not quite 10 o'clock, but at 10 o'clock, Niagara Falls Parks Commission is turning the falls, both the American and the Horseshoe, purple for Purple Day today. Cozy Relaxation, thank you so much for coming.
What if we walk and talk, like just pace back and forth, just to keep the...
Yeah, just to keep me warm. So it is so gorgeous. Look at this color. It's like a teal. It's beautiful. How's the sound? Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, Carla, Life for Your Eyes. Thank you so much for coming in. The temperature, I can tell you in like 1 second, it is cold. It is 6 degrees, but feels like 2. So in American, that's what, 34 degrees or so? Feels like 34?
Yeah, I think something like that.
It's not warm at all, but there is no wind really at the moment. Plus we're right down at the falls, and near the mist and the water, it's always colder. At about 7:30, I was in Welland because the Bridge 13 was illuminated purple. It was way colder there. It actually feels so much warmer here, but that's because there was so much more wind out there. And Anthony Galecchio was there taking pictures. It was great to see him there. If you happen to be here, thank you so much for everything that you do. Those pictures, I'm sure, are going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see them. So how is everybody tonight? Thank you again so much for coming. It really does mean a lot. This is such a huge passion for me. I've been involved with Epilepsy Niagara since 2008. That's when I first started. I started very slow. Well, not really slow, but I started as a resource assistant. And within a year and a half, I was promoted to the executive director, which position I've held since then. And I love my job. I love doing what I do. I love helping our clients gain so much empowerment and improve the quality of life. And everybody that is here, you are helping those living with epilepsy because you're supporting them and you're showing that you care and you're showing that they matter and that this cause matters. And I really appreciate it. And I love you all for being here. It means so much. Cozy relaxation, yes. This is Niagara Falls at night, and it is breathtaking. It's beautiful all year round, whether it's summer or winter. In the winter, there's obviously snow and ice here, and the falls look absolutely magical like that. And in the summer, it's chef's kiss. It is beautiful. Oh, thanks, Amy. And Amy, I'm not amazing. You're amazing. So Amy is my friend. One of my closest friends. Oh gosh, Amy, when was it? Like 1999, 98? How long we've been friends? We actually worked together a while ago. And, you know, we've always been close. We've always been good friends. I've been to her wedding. She was in my wedding a long time ago and divorced and all that kind of stuff. But through kids and friendships and everything. Like it's been amazing. And Amy, thank you so much for coming. Mama McCrazies and Nam, thank you so much. House of X Raid, thank you for coming. House of X, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate you. You know, I love you both. It's me, Watson, yes, honey, and yo, it's your boy Leo. Thank you. Thank you, Lava House Gaming. Thank you. And again, Bugs and Cruisers, thank you so much for all of your support. I really, really, really appreciate you, and I'm so thankful for you. So in England, Sam, it's 3 degrees. Yeah. She's chilly. So I'm just on the phone checking chat. Let's talk about it with Anita. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you to the House of X, Leo and Wanston.
Yep. Shenda's Corner, thank you so much for coming. Oh, thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. In England, are you guys doing anything for Purple Day? Is it a big thing over there at all? Jaden, yes, it's a House of X-Ray. Thank you so much.
Want to try walking again?
Sure.
I was thinking about 20 minutes to go with like a little more cold than we are right now.
Should we show, we're going to take her closer to the brink, and you can get a really up close and personal view of the thundering water that's over here. Hopefully the sound is okay and that there's not a lot of wind affecting the sound at all. Shannon's Corner, we're at Horseshoe Falls, which is Niagara Falls, Canada. And for those of you coming into the chat that don't know what Purple Day is, Purple Day is the International Epilepsy Awareness Day in Canada. It is a legally recognized awareness day, and Purple Day happens to be a day that is celebrated across the world. In Canada, there's approximately 300,000 Canadians that are living with epilepsy. There's, I can't remember, I think it's 5.2 million people in the world that have epilepsy. Don't quote me on it, I have to check on that again. But for every one person living with epilepsy, there's at least 4 more people that are affected as family members. That includes teachers and support staff that are affected by epilepsy and seizure disorders. 1 in 10 Canadians will have at least one seizure in their lifetime, and 1 in 100 Canadians are living with epilepsy. One thing that we love to say, and this is really, really important, is that you may have epilepsy, but epilepsy doesn't have you. Meaning, it is important to know that you are not defined by whatever disability, disease, or condition that you have. You define yourself. Your actions define yourself. And it is important to really celebrate that about yourself and love yourself and really reach deep down inside yourself and know that you are you and you are not defined by your limitations or your conditions. Genetics Corner, thank you so much for coming. It is an amazing and breathtaking day today. I was in a conference today with Echo Ontario, and that is an epilepsy program that I belong to for Ontario. And it was so many neurologists and pediatric neurologists and specialists of all kinds, and it was such a great day. It was a 4-hour conference, and we talked about everything, and it was so great to talk about how important education is. Learning seizure first aid, learning how to recognize when someone is having a seizure, and most of all, how you can help a person living with epilepsy. just by learning seizure first aid, by understanding what they're going through, by being kind, by being empathetic and supportive, really does mean the world. And for those of you coming in, I appreciate you, and I'm so thankful that you are here, because you are showing other people living with epilepsy, you're showing my clients and their families that they matter, and I appreciate you so much. Epilepsy is actually more common than you think. So I don't like saying, epilepsy is more common than and compared to other conditions, but epilepsy is actually more prevalent than breast cancer, but it has way less funding. There's barely any funding in Canada, and especially Ontario. Epilepsy Niagara is the agency that I work for, and we don't receive any government funding at all, and it's struggling, right? So we are mainly funded by the United Way. They fund our support services program, which allows me to be able to help those living with the condition, as well as teaching schools and teachers seizures first aid, seizure recognition, but also supporting the clients and letting them know that they're not alone. Epilepsy is such a condition that is very isolating, and there's so many barriers and challenges with it, and it's so important that a person knows and a family knows that what they're going through, they are not alone, and that there is help out there. And if you live in the Niagara region and you need help, Niagara region, Ontario, Canada, you need help, you need support, please contact us at Epilepsy Niagara. You can find us at epilepsyniagara.org, but you can also find us on all social medias, the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, at symbol Epilepsy Niagara. Search us, find us, and epilepsyniagara.org is the organization website, and we really do our best to help everybody that we possibly can. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the donations that we get from our community, as well as United Way, the Niagara Community Foundation, as well as Delta Monte Bingo Gaming Sponsors Association. They are such a great organization, and we wouldn't exist without those organizations. Hi, Janae's in corner. Oh, thank you, Jaden. House of X Entertainment, thank you so much for your very generous donation. Thank you so much.
I want to go over to that railing. Look at the light over there.
Yeah. So Sam, if you want to make a donation to your local epilepsy organization, I would just Google epilepsy, in the area that you live, and see if there's a donation or a charity. Also, another organization that you can donate to is SUDEP. Go to SUDEP.org. I think it was originally based in England. SUDEP is sudden unexpected death in epilepsy patients. It is such a scary thing. It's almost like SIDS for epilepsy. It's when people pass away without any known reason for it. It's not because they had a seizure and held their breath and died. It's not that they fell out of bed having a seizure and hit their head. It's not that they died in a car accident while having a seizure. SUDEP is completely unexplained. And Sam, if you would like to make a donation there, I'm sure they would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hi, JD97, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the purple hearts. Mom and the Crazies, thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask me about either myself, my channel, Epilepsy Niagara? I would love to answer. But it is so beautiful here. Can they see the light source? Look going to try to show you the light source, where the lights actually come from.
It's okay, stand up. I'll move. See?
But it looks like a bunch of LED lights, like massive LED lights, are the source of making the falls turn all these different colors. And we are so grateful to the Niagara Parks Commission for agreeing to do this. They get tons and tons and tons of requests every day, every month, every year to turn falls a different color for different organizations and causes. And we are so thankful that Niagara Parks Commission has agreed to turn it purple for us at 10 o'clock for 15 solid minutes. It's very exciting, very happy about it. Yes, it is pretty, Kira. Oh, that's amazing, Mom and the Crazies. Yes, so here's the thing. When someone is diagnosed with epilepsy, about 80% of the time, medications work and people live very well with this condition. However, that 20% is when people have uncontrolled seizures that need the help. That's why we are here. That's why we want to help improve the quality of life for those living with and affected by epilepsy. Sometimes medication works. Sometimes monotherapy isn't the way. Sometimes it has to be polytherapy, which means more than one medication to help control the seizures. But most of the time when someone has epilepsy, they live very well with it. But unfortunately, it is for those that don't have control over their seizures that we are here and we are fighting and we are working extremely hard to raise awareness and educate the public and support them with everything that we can do. Yes, so even though seizures are controlled, they do show up on EEG sometimes as an irregular spike or spike pattern, and that just means that there's that activity that is still going. There is no cure for epilepsy, but epilepsy can sometimes be controlled with medication and lifestyle changes. So when someone says, I was cured, there is no cure. However, there is something called seizure freedom. When a person is about 5 years seizure free, they've attained seizure freedom, which is fantastic. Past Life Explorer, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Also, one thing I want to point out that's really important is just because, let's say, someone has one seizure does not indicate or diagnose epilepsy. A person who's had two or more, when a person's had two seizures, they are most likely to have more, unless it was provoked by car accident, infection, serious injury, concussions, that kind of stuff. So remember that just because you have one seizure doesn't mean that you have epilepsy. Chat is moving. I hope everyone is having a great Friday night. I am so happy and excited that you guys are here to share this with me. It is wonderful to have such amazing support. Friends, I love you all. Thank you so much. For those of you who are watching who aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. And please, I implore you to go over to Epilepsy Niagara's YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe as well. I am updating and putting new videos up every week now. I have 2 new ones that I have recently put up about our organization and seizure first aid. I will be posting more videos and getting more videos as we go along.
See if I can switch
Oh,
them.
Mom and the Crazies, thank you so much. That is unbelievably generous of you. Thank you so much. Would you like me to donate that to Epilepsy Niagara? Thank you so much. That's unbelievable. Thank you. Buddha, do you have seizures? Buddha, if you want to reach out to me, if you would like to talk about anything, if you're still having seizures or just generally want to talk, reach out to me and let's discuss. Yes, epilepsy is unbelievably common. Yeah, yeah, there's Kevin.
Okay. I can't believe how much trouble that was. Forgive me, everybody. We finally figured out how to get the camera better working here. That should be a much better view.
Can you hear me okay? Is the mic close enough?
Yes.
Okay. I just don't want to get too close to people. I still want to maintain my distance. But look how gorgeous this is. For those of you who have never been to Niagara Falls, this is my favorite place in the whole wide world. I left this place once. I moved here when I was 19 and I'm 44, and I've only left once for 4 months and I've been here consistently since. I love, 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 love Niagara Falls. I am so proud of the city and I love showing it off to people. I love when people come here and rave about it and fall in love with it. I have a really, really deep connection with epilepsy, but with Niagara Falls. I am a direct descendant of Laura Secord, and I've had, I think, family members here for a very, very long time. My grandmother left here for Toronto. My mom wasn't born here, but I was the first person to bring a relative into the world, my daughter, back in Niagara. Such strong connections here. I love this place so, so much. Thank you so much, Mom and the Crazies. Sam, yes. Also, anybody who's, if you've been here, if you want to come back here and you want to collaborate, let's do it. We've got some YouTube creators here, myself, Kira, and Kevin, and Jeremy when he's here. We love having Jeremy with us as much as possible. But yeah, let's collaborate. Let's get together. Buddha, thank you so much. That is so unbelievably generous of you. Thank you. And yes, Janae's Corner, it is so, so beautiful. I love this place. One thing I do want to share is why I'm so passionate about this organization and this cause is several reasons. So one of them is my ex-husband.
A little bit louder.
What?
A little bit louder
Oh.
and talk. It's right here.
Okay. So one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this is my ex-husband has epilepsy, and now my daughter doesn't have epilepsy, but she did have a seizure in 2013. One night, I heard some gurgling noises happening from her room. I thought it was the dog throwing up. Went in there to find her face down, choking and drowning in her own vomit in her pillow. Thank goodness I was working for Epilepsy Niagara. I knew what to do. I knew seizure first aid. I knew that taking her to the hospital, unfortunately for me, it was a bad idea because of the fact that the seizure was over. And I knew there was no pediatric neurologists here in Niagara at the time. We do have one now that I'm really happy to say, but we took Kira to McMaster in Hamilton. It's a children's hospital, and had her neurology team check her out. She was admitted into the epilepsy monitoring unit, which is called EMU for short, and we learned that she does not have epilepsy. But it took almost 2 years to learn that out. It was a very frustrating process. So parents going through this, the diagnosis process, it can take time and it is so frustrating. But I am here for you. I want to help you any way that I can. Whether it's just you need to vent, you want to talk about it on a personal level and not have it be Epilepsy Niagara. I want to be here for you.
It's just 10 o'clock for us now, so the lights have been purple for a couple of minutes already, so I guess that's
Yes.
their signal right there.
It's amazing. What time is it now?
Just after 10. For us.
Yes, it's just 10 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time in Ontario, Canada, Niagara Falls. Pretty exciting. But look how beautiful and stunning that is. And the American Falls are lit up as well over there. But not only are the falls lit up, but the mist coming from the thundering water over the brig is obviously purple as well. It is such an amazing sight, and I am so proud of my city that does this. It is so supportive and so wonderful, and we are so indebted to them, to the Niagara Parks Commission, as well as our mayor, Mayor Diodati. He did a wonderful thing for us today, was that he circulated a post announcing that the falls were turning purple tonight in support of Epilepsy Awareness. They had our logo on the post. Thank you, Mayor Diodati, for doing that. We appreciate you. Amy has been down here before for the falls turning purple. Amy's extremely passionate about awareness of epilepsy and Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome is a very rare epilepsy disorder, but it's not just seizures. It's often debilitating disease, and it's difficult. So we have just people coming and asking questions, which is wonderful. We want people asking questions. We want people asking, why are the falls purple? What's going on here? We love explaining, but we do want to maintain a really safe distance. So we're maintaining, 10, 15 feet or so that's great. But it's nice to see that there are some people down here for the lights turning purple, and it's amazing. Normally, if it was any other year, I would be handing out business cards for Epilepsy Niagara. I would be handing out seizure first aid cards that are both French and English for a year, but we're not doing that this year, not until it's safe. Kristen Marie's life, you are not late. You are never late. You are just in time. The falls are just gorgeous. Just checking the chat. Thrill Seeks, thank you so much for coming. Corinne's life, thank you so much for coming. And Jeremy is my amazing, not choreographer. Well, a good dance, but I don't think that's any good. Videographer. He's doing a stupendous job. But just, isn't this breathtaking and amazing? Just catching up. For those of you who are new coming in, today is, if you didn't know already, today is Purple Day, International Day of Epilepsy Awareness. It is a legally recognized awareness day in Canada, and I am so happy and proud to work for Epilepsy Niagara and help people all across our region and whenever possible, even across the world, with information. Yes, Corinne's life, when provinces open up and things become safer, I would love for you to come here. You would love this place. But look how gorgeous and amazing and magical this is. So beautiful. Another thing that's interesting about Niagara Falls, and especially in the summer, they have the nighttime cruises, but this is pre-COVID and hopefully post-COVID if this ever ends. But the cruises, the Maid of the Mist and Hornblower, they go down and do the regular routine where they go up to the falls, which feels like inches away, but it's not. But it's so breathtaking. But they do it at night, and there were firework cruises where it's such an amazing vantage point to be able to be on that boat and watch the fireworks shoot up. Oh, I can't wait for COVID to be over and done and lockdown released so that we can hopefully get back to some semblance of normalcy. But I can't wait to start doing those cruises. And they do the nighttime cruise, and the lights change color, and it is breathtaking. Donut Toys and Games, thank you so much for coming. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If I've missed anything in the chat, please just retype it so that I can see it. I'm so sorry if I missed anything. Look how it's so breathtaking. I've lived here, I guess, most of my adult life now, and I can never get over how amazing and beautiful the falls are. They are so wondrous. I am so in love with the city. And if you have never been here, I hope that you will one day so that you can experience how amazing and incredible this is. Oh, so you guys are lifting a little bit more sand? That's good. We've heard some announcements about there being a third wave possible, and some provinces are talking about closing down again, but I think that's just speculation at that moment. Get another vantage point of the falls. So beautiful. Unbelievable day. Yesker, and hopefully you can come here after all of this is over and come celebrate with us. Kristen Marie's like, I'm pretty sure I welcomed you if I did. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I did. But hi! Social Entrepreneur, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. It is absolutely stunning. Is there any questions that you have about epilepsy or Niagara that I can possibly channel? Please feel free to put in the chat. Social Entrepreneur, thank you so much for putting a purple heart in the chat. Pete, thank you so much for being you and being a great moderator and being such a great supporter and help. I appreciate you so much. One thing that is actually pretty cool. So Jeremy, I'm going to have you follow me and try to get the building with a peace sign in the background. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody can focus on the building with the peace sign. So that is the Falls View Casino. On top of that is a camera looking down, and you'll see us. There's a camera looking down to at all times and recording live on the Clifton Hill site. And anybody that wants to look at what the falls looks on a day or a night, I will put a link in the description later that you can click on at any time, and you'll get a live action view of the falls. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous view. Bird's eye, it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like Pete does moderate for everybody. Why? Because he's amazing. thing to look out for is I just tripped over a little lawn, so always watch your feet when you're walking, because you know, I can't chew gum and talk at the same time, so it's all good. Oh, did you see Kevin? Yeah, he's here.
Whenever I find that somebody's live on YouTube, I love to make cameo appearances.
Yeah, that he does. And Kevin, this is your 5th, 6th Purple Day?
Well, it has to be 5th.
Yeah. So, Kevin's been my partner in crime on Purple Day for a long time.
Except she forgets our anniversary now. She doesn't know how many years it's been, so we're going to have a long talk when we get home.
But to be fair, you're not always in the region when it's Purple Day either.
That's true, but I have a good collection of purple shirts now.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
You know, with the world in the state that it is, we're not able to get around and do a lot of the fundraising events that we would have otherwise hosted that are like a big part of Epilepsy Niagara and other organizations like it. So I'm hoping by the time next year rolls around, we'll get back into a lot of that stuff. It's not just about the fundraising itself, but it's a lot of fun, and it gets the community together, and we get to see all the people that we see every time and new people every time and things like that.
And it's a social thing too, especially for our clients and volunteers to come out to be able to take part in it and feel empowered and feel a part of the organization. It's not just about the money, it's about knowing that there's people out there that care and that want to help, that want to support. It is so incredible. Epilepsy is such an isolating condition, and we want to break those barriers. We want to break the challenges. We want to help support and empower and improve the quality of life all around. We want to do everything that we can to support those living with and affected by epilepsy.
When the mist comes over the railings, it actually makes the whole place feel like it's raining.
Yeah.
It's not too bad right now, but it is still soaking wet, so there's puddles everywhere.
Yeah. But it doesn't take away from how amazing this place is.
I never get tired of it.
There's something so peaceful and calming about being close to the falls. Whenever I need a place to go and think, I love sitting by the river, the Niagara River, not too far from our house, as well as being down here, because when in the grand scheme of things, when things just feel really, really heavy, coming down here, it just takes your mind off it, and it's so calming and soothing. Thank you so much, Bugsy Cruiser. And Sam, yeah, don't overdo staying up all night on YouTube and everything. You need your rest. I just love it here.
It's wonderful that they're able to get this done in support of Purple Day, to color everything purple specifically, just to kind of show a little bit of support for the awareness.
Always by the falls, it's a lot cooler because of the mist and a little bit of wind that's here. But even in the summer, if it's really, really hot and come by the falls, you'll cool down right away. Can you guys hear the thunder and waters at all?
I'm hoping it's not interfering with the entire video.
I'm hoping not. Pretty soon we will wrap this up. And I just, before we even think of signing off for the night, I really just want to tell you how appreciative and thankful and grateful I am to all of you for your time, for coming in, for your support, for your your kind words, for the purple hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And if you know someone who has epilepsy, all you have to do is just be kind and supportive and show that you care. On Purple Day next year, I'm hoping we are going to see the world in purple. I want to see YouTube in purple. I want to see everyone in purple. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Corinne. Yes, it is such a great way to bring awareness. And it's such a stupendous sight to see such a wondrous thing colored in purple for a cause. Normally, as you saw earlier at the beginning of the stream, the lights on the falls were turning colors because it cycles through colors and everything. Sometimes they do like a bit of a light show. A few summers ago, they used to do a laser light show. They didn't do it last year because of COVID, obviously. But it's so amazing and beautiful down here. But to see it in a solid color for a cause. They do this for cancer. They do this for child abuse. They do this for Rett syndrome. They do it for Canada Day, where they turn the falls red and white. Niagara Parks Commission does so much here, and they do such great work. They are responsible for all of the beautiful scenery, all of the plants, the gardening, the agriculture. It is unbelievably beautiful. And the falls are back to white, and then the colors will circle again, and that, my friends, is the cue to say goodnight. But before you go, I would love it if everyone would drop some purple hearts in the chat to show people that they matter and support of epilepsy. If you can do that, that would be greatly appreciated. And again, thank you so much for being here. And if you are a person or have a family member living with epilepsy, just remember, you may have epilepsy, but epilepsy doesn't have you. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you.